Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
Why do I look short?
You're looking a little.
Is my seat sinking? Let's see.
I don't know. Do you get that old man thing going on?
I'm sitting up straight. Let's see. I think I just got to get like. Let's see. What if I do this? What if I like? Ooh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, this is good. This is that titty cam.
Yeah.
You know?
Perception's reality.
Gotta show off the goods. Oh yeah, look at this.
No, that's for OnlyFans, fella. Gotta save that.
No, you got to give them the tease. You got to give them the Twitter tease.
The Twitter tease.
The Twitter tease. Be like
the X tease.
The Twitter tease. Fuck X. Call it the Twitter tease, where you just like show off a little bit. You're just like, see the rest over here. You know.
Yeah.
Everything. Feet and all.
If you're into that, you know.
Yeah. What? Oh, hey.
Listen, starting hot, Christy. Yeah, we're starting hot. It's cold outside, and we need to warm up this show because goddamn, it's been cold.
It's cold. It's getting cold. I don't like that it's getting cold. But but here's the thing. In my older age, still young. I say in my older age, you know, I have grown to appreciate even more a good sweatpants day.
Oh, let me tell you, sir.
Yeah.
Since working from home, I have fallen in love with the track pants.
The track pants.
I've become the track pants dad.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
Okay.
I've found what I enjoy. It makes me look athletic and ready, and yet I am in complete comfort all day.
Do you now when you say it makes you look athletic and ready, is this something that you perceive, or is this something that like other people are seeing too? Like, oh, he looks athletic and ready.
Well, I mean, reality is a singular experience. Sure. So like in my reality, that's what I perceive other people perceiving me as, and that's good enough for me. That's all I care about.
I mean, you can make the rules.
Yeah.
You know, apparently that's just what everybody does these days, is they just make up their own rules and they're like, this is the rule.
Oh no, I've seen it in real time. I've seen it where I've witnessed an event.
Yeah.
Somebody has said back to me that event. Another person has said back to me that event. They do not match up, and one is so far from the actual fucking truth of what happened that it's astonishing.
Wow.
So it's whatever you want it to be.
Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
I recently had just top to bottom sweatpants, sweatshirt. It was a couch day. It was a gloomy weekend in Austin. Like it's getting to that point with the Austin weather where it maxes out at like 65, 70 degrees now. But you wake up in the morning and it's like 35. Like there was a 30-degree difference from the moment I woke up to the, midday point when I was running around this afternoon. Woke up, it was 35. Was heading home, it was like 67. Just like this is too big of a swing. Okay.
Yeah.
Like if it's gonna be cold, just stay cold. Like I would just rather it just be cold. I can't deal with the, it's down here and then it's up here and then it's going back down again. Because then like I gotta heat up my house in the morning and then cool it off in the afternoon and heat it back up. And then there's all this like dust and shit that's just getting blown around. And my heating bill is like all over the place now.
Blakely K's got a goddamn 101 fever.
Jesus.
Had turned the heat on, she got sick immediately.
Oh my God. See, that's the other thing too. I feel like once you got to crack that heat on, everybody in the house just starts feeling bad.
Well, it's weird because like, and I didn't expect us to talk about HVAC like here tonight. Like that was not like on the docket.
The important things when you're, a 35-year-old homeowner.
Sure.
But like things you got to worry about. You figure
the vents are getting used all year, right? So there can't be like that much fucking dust and debris and shit. But like as soon as like the heat comes on and all that shit starts to burn, you're like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like what's
gotta change the air filter.
I mean, I do that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But anyways, I am full into sweatpants mode.
Mm.
Like, it is my life. I wanna go out and buy more sweatshirts
Mhm.
and not wear really any other top for the remainder of the year.
Why would you?
I don't know. I just happened to roll out of bed the other morning. I threw on some sweats, threw on a sweatshirt, was sitting on the couch. Like, an hour later, I'm like, "I am the coziest motherfucker in the world right now."
Isn't that lovely?
I had a cat next to me, a cat on me. Christy's over here just chilling. We're hanging out, and I'm like, this is good. I could do this.
I'm so happy for
I could
you.
just yeah.
You know?
I feel like I'm in a turning point in my life
Mhm.
where I'm just starting to accept the things I really ignored, like being lazy and
Okay.
and
Alright.
sleeping better
Sure.
and, not giving a shit.
Yeah, like, I'm longing for that, Like, I'm longing for just everything to just can everything just, like, stop
Stop, yeah. Well, you
for
gotta pick your
for
battles too.
a second? Just a few minutes. Like, I had a moment today where I've had about a month's worth of mental breakdowns because of everything that's happened and
Mhm.
since fucking September,
Yeah.
it's been one thing after another, and it's starting to show, and
Mm.
it's starting to come through, and, it's the Christmas season, so, it's a little more hectic, it's a little more stressful,
Yeah.
that type of thing, and I had a conversation with my kids the other day,
Oh, no.
and it didn't really mean to go where it went,
Jesus.
but a little bit of an existential crisis started to, like, peek out a little bit
Yeah.
in mid-conversation
Yeah.
with, like, my 13-year-old and 8-year-old, and it all had to do with Home Alone. We were watching Home Alone, and we were just in the car talking about the movie, and they got in this conversation of, like, they're really bad parents, right?
Yeah. No,
You know,
totally.
horrible parents, and I tell them, it's like, a lot of times when people are that rich, you have to choose between your career and your family
Mhm.
kinda thing. So that just kinda not everybody, don't come at me, bro. I'm just having a conversation,
Mhm.
right? And then I said, "But you know what's really weird?" They're like,
Here
"What?"
here he goes, folks.
And it's like, when I was growing up, I identified a lot with Macaulay Culkin. But now, I'm the same age as the parents in that movie,
Mm.
and it's weird how your identity switches as you grow older.
Mhm.
And then I said, pretty soon, I'm gonna be identifying with the grandparents from Christmas Vacation. And I started going down this train of how life is short and to enjoy it while you're young.
You are I don't know if traumatizing is the right word,
Mm.
but you're doing something to your children.
I'm Here's the thing. We learn a lot, you know, as we grow and experience life and that
Oh, yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And our parents, tried to instill on us what they thought was important. They were wrong, but like whatever.
Mhm.
So as a parent, I try to do the same. I try to tell my kids what I feel is important, which is like, enjoy yourself.
Mhm.
Life is short. Chase your dreams. All this, all that kinds of things. But like, I always thought that me being someone who's really weird, right? I consider myself not normal,
Well, oh, sure.
right?
Yeah, okay.
I thought that for my children, that their rebellion
Mm,
against me would to be more normal,
mm,
right? Well, as it turns out, they're just trying to out weird me.
Dude. It goes one or it
It's
goes
one way
one
or
of
the
two
other.
ways. Yeah. You got a 50-50 shot,
And
regardless
like
of what you're trying to do.
both of them are like, okay, like, which I appreciate. They're like, okay, our house is a safe space
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. But
Yeah.
man, like, we're getting wacky. Like, it's
Wacky, weird,
Mhm.
crazy ideas. I will say though, I do feel like you are giving your children a very realistic look at the world,
Okay.
and just like the whole, yeah, sometimes it's not going to work out for you.
Oh
Sometimes you're
yeah,
going to chase
yeah.
your dream. Like sometimes you're going to chase your dream, and sometimes that's going to fail. So
Well, when your parents are living proof of like, kids, sometimes you buy a house and it's cursed.
yeah,
Sometimes you apply for that job and you don't get it.
you don't get it. Sometimes the bar eats you.
Sometimes the bar eats you. Sometimes a fucking hurricane knocks your roof in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well,
These are just things.
fucking figure it out.
These are things that are going to happen.
Can't count on the government.
No.
So, fuck me. Do your
Welcome to
best.
reality.
That's all you can do.
This is great. This is great. This is great stuff. All right. Like we're all here. We're all having an existential crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the holiday season, y'all. It's already the middle of December. If you haven't bought any Christmas presents yet, don't bother. Okay, don't
There
bother.
it is.
Because you're not going to get it done by the end of this week.
Fuck it all.
Guess what? In 2 weeks, it's going to be Christmas.
That's wild.
Your deadline for shipping is closing.
Vastly
The window's
approaching.
closing.
Let me ask you something. We as humans are naive, right? Like, we think we can get all these things without a cost, right? So, like, we think we can get our Amazon Prime. We can get our 2-day shipping. Shows up at our door. But what do you think is the actual, like, in the grand scheme of things, the what decade Amazon Prime has been around?
The decade?
Yeah, what do you think? It's been around 10 years, right?
At least.
I don't know. Like, Prime was...
Do you want to take a guess?
I'm going to guess 2009.
You're close.
Oh, okay.
You're off by 4 years. It debuted in 2005.
Really? That long ago?
That's when it launched.
Wow.
Almost 20 years ago.
Fuck me. I hate that. What you just said is gross. I don't appreciate that at all.
I mean, hey, it's not my fucking fault. I didn't do anything.
But what do you think? Okay, so in that fucking 20 years or whatever, how much damage has been done?
What, by Amazon?
Yeah.
Like a ton.
Environmental fucking...
I mean, you could probably trace the decrease of quality in products directly to Amazon Prime.
Well, I was more thinking about like pollution and shit, but like, whatever.
Oh, well, like, I don't know anything about that. I mean, maybe. Sure. Like what's the CO2s and the sustainability reports? I don't know. Like, they're not making the shit. They're just buying it and selling it to you.
So, like, for instance, one day I received my package, which was a padded envelope. I opened that padded envelope to open 2 more padded envelopes before I actually got the item that I opened. And I'm just like, why? Why? And
so
also,
wasteful.
this is like single-use plastic.
Right.
Which is like, you can't do anything with this.
No.
So, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why, like, I have appreciated more when they'll make that notice on whatever you're buying. They say this might ship in its original packaging.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like, that's fine. Like, I don't
Yeah.
need the box to my heat gun.
Well,
You
unless
know?
it's a gift, you know.
Well, I mean,
If it's a gift for, like, if it was a gift for Christy and it showed up on the doorstep.
oh, that's happened.
Oh, that's sad.
That actually. So the one thing is when you buy something that comes in a shipper,
Mhm.
but it's got the name of the brand and the product just all over the
Oh,
outside of the
yeah,
box.
yeah.
Yeah. That's happened once or twice here.
Now, I will say Walmart
Mm.
does let you know and gives you the option to have it shipped
Ooh.
in a Walmart box.
Ooh,
If
conceal.
yes, but it's like a separate thing that you have to select. Otherwise, they're just
Yeah.
gonna send it to you. There's some holiday goddamn tips for you there, right there.
Yeah, sure. But in regards to like Amazon, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I know from like local businesses and small businesses, like, they probably fucked them pretty good.
Right,
And the
but
quality of what Amazon has been selling on their website over the last 3 years has drastically decreased.
it literally happened this week.
Yeah. It happened this week.
Do you think, in the grand scheme of things, Jeff Bezos will be looked at as the Hitler of the environment?
I have no opinion on the matter. I don't know. Like I don't. You're asking me questions about something I have no background knowledge to. Like, I am not an environmentalist. Okay, I watch VHS tapes. I have 2 televisions and 8 VCRs in my office. Okay, I know Jeff Bezos likes phallic shaped spaceships, and he divorced his wife and he has a yacht and he's bald. Like, that's about as much as I know about Jeff Bezos. I don't know what Amazon's doing. I know they make and sell shit products, okay? Like, that's
I will tell you.
what's your opinion on this?
Oh, he's the devil. But
Sure.
I will tell you though, I was directly inconvenienced this weekend
Oh, here it is. It was all leading up to this.
by Jeff Bezos.
This is the gripe. Buckle in, folks.
So, as you know, if you listen to the show, and if you are a first time listener, thank you, welcome, and please like, share, and subscribe, and listen back. I am now an annual pass holder to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, home of what used to be the Nickelodeon Studios. But we decided this weekend that we were going to go, and we were going to check out some of the Christmas shit, because we had been to Disney and they do Christmas up big there.
Yeah.
So we were going to go to Universal, and they got like the Grinch and the Dr. Seuss, and Harry Potter has some fucking, and I got a Harry Potter update for you later on in the show.
Are we still talking about Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is one of those axe stories where it's like,
Yeah.
come along. There's a
totally.
few alleyways and a few detours.
Motherfucker, this is lower third. Like, there it is. So anyway, Christmas shit. So we're gonna go, and of course, it's a goddamn Saturday. Driving to Orlando, fucking close to Christmas. Traffic was horrible, and the goddamn maps was like, "Oh, save 10 minutes by going this alternate route." And I'm like, "Well, I like time and more time in the parks and things of that nature, so sure." Folks, PSA, never do that. It's a scam. They are trying to manipulate you. They are working with the government, and they are trying to lessen the traffic on the major highways by routing people off the highways, by telling them that it is going to be a shorter period of time, when in fact it is going to add 45 motherfucking minutes to their commute, because you took them by a goddamn Amazon warehouse to where they were stopping traffic so the motherfucking trucks could get out. Took us 45 motherfucking extra minutes, 2.5 fucking hours to drive to Universal Studios. Fuck you, Bezos. Fuck you, Google. Fuck you, DeSantis.
I'm in agreement with all of that. Sure.
We had a wonderful time.
That's great. How does Universal hold up with the holiday season?
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh,
It's not close.
So there's a universal difference for the holidays.
So I in all honesty, I can't really say yay or nay to it because we tried to experience a lot of the things. We did not get to experience a lot of the things. There is a live show of The Grinch, which is the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch, and they do a motherfucker up all in that makeup to do the live show, which I hear is wonderful. We showed up for the 3:30 viewing, to which we were promptly told the 3:30 viewing had been canceled. So we could come back at 4:30. However, what we really wanted to see was they do a Christmas parade in Universal Studios, and the Grinch show is in Islands of Adventure. So we wouldn't have had enough time to do both. So we picked the parade. We went over there. We did watch the parade. It was awesome. Like, that was really good. The Universal Studios holiday parade, brought to you by Macy's, includes some big motherfucking balloons, like in the Thanksgiving Day parade, which is really cool. And they had some really fun floats. I'm still not super familiar with a lot of the Universal property, like the DreamWorks stuff, Minions, Shrek, all that kind of stuff. Like, I know who they are, but I'm not emotionally invested like I am in fucking Donald Duck or whatever the fuck. So, I'm like, all right, that's, it's fucking Eddie Murphy and Donkey or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, I can I meet Eddie Murphy? Like, that would be cool. I don't really care about Donkey, but so that was fun. But for the most part, it was kind of like, it was very busy. We didn't really get to do a ton. It was fun, but like, I probably would have done more and had a better time at Disney. I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
But also there's a gigantic price difference. So you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the fucking facts of life.
But again, I also feel like Universal is the place where you make your own fun. You go to the boardwalk, or the city walk rather. You grab yourself a couple of beverages.
Sure.
Maybe a yard of a frozen margarita.
Oh.
Walk around, have a pretzel, and then just go ride some rides.
Sure.
And just be adults. Where like Disney, you have to buy into the magic. They are giving you a good time.
I will say though, so to that, we tried to have dinner at the City Walk. We wanted to eat at that chocolate factory. I still want to try that place. We did not get in, but we saw that close by there was a goddamn Friendlies that was still in business.
In Universal?
No.
Or just nearby Universal.
It was in Orlando. So Orlando's like a time machine. Okay. All the businesses that you think closed forever ago, there's still one left.
Okay.
And it's in Orlando.
Okay.
Like, there's a fucking Ponderosa in Orlando that is still open.
Much like the old people, it's where restaurants and businesses go to retire.
Fucking A. So there was one Friendlies in the state that is open.
Wow.
And we were all feeling nostalgic.
Sure.
I could use myself a honey barbecue melt with a Jim Dandy at the end. So we went there, and I may have had the worst restaurant experience I've ever had in my life at the Friendlies in Orlando. There's a reason there are no other Friendlies around. It took 40 minutes to get seated, in a mostly empty restaurant. And it's not a small restaurant. Like, there were probably 20 people actually seated
Yeah.
in probably I don't know, 70 to 50 seat restaurant,
Oh, wow.
and with like multiple parties waiting
Yeah.
to be seated, kind of thing. Uh, Once we did finally get seated, halfway after we ordered our food, the cook walked out. And mind
What?
you, the only cook walked out.
Oh.
So
Oh.
like the wait staff was trying their best.
Okay.
They fucked up a turkey club sandwich
Oh my God.
and then took them half an hour to fix it.
Uh-huh.
As you know, it is bread, turkey, lettuce, and tomato. We didn't want bacon. They gave us bacon. It took them half an hour to take bacon off the sandwich.
Wow. Okay.
It was the worst. And, you know, sometimes memories need to stay where they are. And it's just better that way.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Mm-hmm.
So there was only one cook, and they just said, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah.
Like what? So like, how many wait staff was there?
There was 3 wait staff, I think,
Okay.
and a manager that was doing nothing.
So yeah, if I understand, like, some people got to work where they got to work,
Mm-hmm.
but like, if I'm in that situation, I'm walking.
Oh, yeah. No.
I'm like, no, and my excuse is going to be, I was put in a hostile environment. I was set up to fail.
Mm-hmm.
The company did nothing to help me.
I once, my first job ever
Mm-hmm.
was at the Pizza Hut
Oh.
making the pizzas. And when it was time to leave that job, I put in my notice like a good employee,
Mm-hmm.
and it was going to be my last day.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked if I would stay on for one more. And I said no. And then they pleaded with me to
Mm-hmm.
stay on for one more. And being a young kid, I caved
Mm-hmm.
and said yes.
Mm-hmm.
But come day of,
Mm-hmm.
I called them
Mm-hmm.
and I told them I am sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I had an accident where I tore my calf muscle off the bone, and I will not be in. Goodbye forever.
Did you actually tear your calf muscle off the
Fuck
bone?
no. Oh, that was a lie.
Just for context for for the viewing audience.
Yeah, no. That was a lie. But like, I could have just said like, or just not shown up,
Or just not
like,
showing up, because
what
at
they
that
were gonna
point, you're
do.
not obligated,
No, not at
and like,
all.
what are they going to do? Write you a bad, letter or something like that? Because like, oh, you didn't come to work after you quit.
Mhm. But I feel like I've given those people a story now.
Yeah, they
Like
do.
I've given
Yeah.
them something.
Yeah. Like, somebody worked there, and it's like, you're not going to believe this shit.
Mm-hmm.
They talked to this kid and coming in the day after his last day.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said no. And then they begged him. And he said sure. And then he called in the next day and said that he had a calf injury where he
terrible
ripped it off the
accident.
bone.
He
And
was
they believed
crippled.
him. They fucking believed that shit.
But also, I vaguely remember that I worked with a guy, and I must have been 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he must have been 35 at the time, working at the Pizza Hut, and he was working part-time, and I was working part-time.
Yeah.
But he was telling me that he was almost in the band Alter Bridge.
No, he wasn't.
I know that. And I knew that then. And here's the thing. He gave me a lot of advice.
Mm-hmm.
But also, he was a 35-year-old guy working at the same job I was working at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking any of that advice.
No, yeah, you don't have to.
You need to know your sources.
You do. You do. Yeah.
And a lot of people want to give people advice, but you don't always want to listen to that advice.
I will a lot of times I'll actively not listen to people who give advice. Because very quickly, like if I tell somebody a thing and they're like, "Well, here's what you got to do," I literally will just sit there and go, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then as soon as they're done talking, I will have retained none of what
Nothing.
they just told me
Not a
because
thing.
I do not care.
Mm-mm.
I do not care. Unsolicited advice or advice from somebody I do not know, I do not give a shit. I do not care.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the best advice in the world, but I don't want your advice.
Yeah, no, you
I
want
don't
to see
fucking
some
know you.
qualifications. You know,
Yeah.
you want to see
Yeah. Who'd you
some
be?
paperwork. You know,
You know? How many wins you got? Ain't got more than me. I can tell
I
you that.
I have to tell you something off air.
Oh.
So
Ooh, okay.
whoo.
Yeah. So how are we planning for the holiday season? Because again, like we said earlier in the show, it is the middle of December. Christmas is around the corner, literally 2 weeks away.
There has been so many things that have happened. Like like I said, basically from September,
Yeah.
there's been an event, and not necessarily a great one. Like
A life event.
a
It's
life
still an
event.
event.
There's been a fucking life event in my life
You had 2 hurricanes back to
every
back.
other week since September,
Yeah.
and I'm begging for it to stop. Please. I just want nothing to happen for 7 days. Please. That would be fucking tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm as prepared as I feel like I'm preparing for her. I've got bottled water.
There you
I'm
go.
going to get some canned goods, and I'm
Good.
going to try to make it through the holidays. Like, that's what I got. I'm charging up the batteries.
Do you got your space?
No,
You
that's part of the issue.
you need your space, sir. You got to have your space where you can just go, just be alone.
I don't think I have done a single thing for me in months.
That breaks my heart.
and it's like it's work, it's the house, it's the kids, it's the unexpected life events that have happened, and it's just like it just keeps going and going and going, and I'm like, please stop. Stop.
This is 2024 in a nutshell.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Because and it's funny too, because Christy and I had told people who wanted to come visit us, like, hey, like, could we come in December? And we were like, no, absolutely not. You can come in November, but like December is for us.
Oh, I love that.
Just to, and not like, oh, we're not going to go see anybody for December. Blah. It's just like, we want to be able to have our time in December. And it's already the 11th. And I'm like, what happened to the time? But then also, we sort like once this, like, I don't know, like first week of December hit, and it was sort of this feeling of all the weight from the year just suddenly went, okay, here it is. Boom. It's like, we're tired. It's cold. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to go anywhere. We're just like, let's just put on sweatpants and sweatshirts.
Because on paper,
yeah,
like if you wrote down the events of this year on paper, it's a bad year.
You know,
on paper,
I should do that. I should do that for myself because, like, yeah, like there were some life events that happened this year.
When you really think about it,
yeah, you know. But I mean, but also, like, I see this is different for me. I have been really focusing on the good this year.
I love that.
And I don't like, hey, medication works, folks. go get your head checked. The medication works.
There it is.
I promise. It works. You know, not always, but it does.
It's a little trial and error.
It does, yeah. This year was a big year for, you know, oh, we're on it. We figured it out. It's working. I have a very different perspective and a very different outlook this year.
Mm,
I will say.
that's
That
great.
being said, like, there have been some, some ups and downs, some strikes and gutters, things
Mm.
like that. But you know, it is still just like I think the year was more exhausting than what I realized
What we
for
said,
for a
we
lot of people too, not just for me.
sure, and we said it that I mean, you coined it at the beginning of the year. You said
Mhm.
it's an election year.
It's an election year,
It's an
right there.
election year.
It's an
It's gonna
election
be
year.
weird,
Mhm.
and you don't know what's gonna happen. And let
No,
me tell you, it was fucking weird.
it was fucking weird.
It was really weird.
Like September to like mid-November was exhausting.
Mhm.
Like it
Mhm.
was exhausting for a lot of reasons,
Mhm.
you know. And I think right now a lot of people are feeling doom and gloom. And I feel like that's really putting a bad vibe out in the universe,
Yeah.
you know? So it's now everybody I feel like is just trying to like clutch on to those small wins and just
Mm.
reach out for that like small semblance of, assurance that things can be okay.
It is it's interesting. And I'll say this. I'm I will say this. I'm very, very proud of my mother
Mm.
because she went a little overboard with the election news coverage.
Oh.
And she realized she went a little overboard
Mhm.
with the election news coverage. She's cut off the news
Oh,
completely.
well,
And I was like, good for you.
that's noble.
Because I severed that a couple years ago.
Mhm.
Never been happier.
It's strange, right?
Mhm.
The news, of all things.
Because the thing is like we were never meant to know everything.
We weren't.
We're
No, that's
never
the problem.
meant to know. We cannot take on the world's problems
Mhm.
because there is literally nothing we can do about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, no. Yeah. The only thing we can do is just try to improve ourselves.
Mhm.
Again, medication. It's
Look
great.
at you.
But,
Look at
like,
you. This is a new cap. Look at
I've
this work.
had I've had moments where, like, I'll go on social media, and I'll be like, "Oh, the news. What's going on in the" Nope.
Nope.
Nope. And it's like and it's not even just the news.
Mhm.
It's everything around the news. All
Yes.
of the commentators, all of these bullshit analysts,
Mhm.
all of these dipshits in the comments. It's like that's what deters me because like, yeah, I would like to know why something happened to the CEO in New
Mhm.
York City, but like I don't need everybody's fucking opinion on it.
No.
I don't give a shit what their opinion is. I just want to know
No.
what happened. But all I
Exactly.
get is opinion. And I'm like, I don't care what fucking Joe thinks,
No.
But now I got to know who Joe is because he's all up in the shit about the news.
Oh, did you know? Did you hear about the conspiracy?
Oh, brother. Yes, I've heard all about the conspiracies.
The unibrower.
The you, that is fucking money. Fucking the unibrower.
I just made that up.
You made that up?
I just now.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
No.
You need to go wide on that. You need to be commentating on every news source. You need to make graphics. You need to coin that term
We gotta
right
make
now.
a T-shirt.
You got to
It's gotta
make
be in the store.
the unibrower. All right, this is fucking. Hey, like, can we stop trying to fuck murderers? Okay, can we stop? Like,
Well, he was thirst
enough,
trapping. I don't
enough.
know.
Put it away. Put it away. Okay, just stop. All right. I don't care about your thirst for murder. Like, stop it. I'm gonna get the spray bottle and hose you down. Not okay.
Oh fuck.
Fucking Christ. Dude, that story is weird though.
It's
It's I'm not picking I'm not murder is
mm,
bad. Don't kill people, okay? Let's just put that out there first, okay?
Okay.
Murder is bad.
Front street. Murder
Okay?
bad.
That's my
Sure.
position. Murder is illegal. That's my position. Okay? Murder is illegal. Don't do murder. Okay?
Hashtag don't get sued.
Hashtag don't get sued.
Or
Yes.
murdered.
In YouTube, I just want you to know, because you're probably going to hear this
Totally.
and you're probably going to be like, I don't really know. Listen, we're advocating for legal and noble and
Mhm.
peaceful resolution. That is what we advocate. Don't do anything illegal.
Isn't
That's what
it
we're
fucked,
saying.
though?
Hmm.
Isn't it fucked for that family to see, like, the death of that dude, like, almost universally either celebrated or just like, "Eh, whatever."
I think that was the first thing I saw.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow. I mean, listen, healthcare companies are shit.
I worked for one
They're shit.
for a
Okay?
long
They
time.
take your money and they deny you healthcare.
Mhm.
There's no disputing that. But again, murder is illegal, folks. I'm just saying.
Correct.
Mhm.
Murder is illegal, and we do not condone that whatsoever.
Nope.
But the thing of the Blue Cross story, I think, is the real tell.
Oh, yeah.
It's the real tell.
Mhm.
And for those of you that don't know, and I'm sure everybody knows, but for those of you that don't know, right before this happened, or right while this was happening, I think,
Yeah, it was like within a short time frame, I believe.
Blue Cross was going to limit the amount of time they were going to cover anesthesia while somebody was under for
Mhm.
surgery. And if you went over a certain amount of time, it was no longer going to be covered. And then you're going to be on the hook for that bill. But as
Mhm.
soon as this happened,
Mhm.
they changed their mind.
Change their tune.
And the thing is, it's like, you can only fuck people so much.
Yeah.
And that's the real thing, right?
Mhm.
Is people can only be fucked so hard for so long before something happens.
Sure.
And again, murder bad.
Don't do anything illegal.
Nothing. Don't get sued.
Don't get sued.
Don't get murdered.
Don't do crime.
Don't do crime. No crime.
Crime bad. You do crime, you go to jail.
I don't think we can make any more of that abundantly clear. But we're sucking up to the algorithm. We're sucking up to robots at this point, folks. Like, what the fuck?
They will be our masters.
Oh, they already are.
They already are. Fucking publishing companies are like, we can have AI write all of our books moving forward. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, who knew that? Like, fucking Metallica was singing about AI, Master of Puppets.
Fucking A.
You know? But yeah, it's like, I'm actually shocked this hasn't really happened before.
I guess that's one way to put it.
I mean, again, I worked for a insurance company at one point, and the amount of things that I saw, and the amount of people that I knew were fucked for life based on certain situations. It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest. So, but like, I don't think I'm going to eat at McDonald's ever again.
I mean, I've got no reason to.
Bunch of snitches.
I mean, that hostel put out the picture.
I don't know if it was real or not. It probably wasn't, but I really want it to be.
Okay.
There was a meme going around that it was a group of workers from Culver's, which is a local establishment here in Florida. And it said, Culver's would never rat you out, was the advertisement.
I saw somebody post on social media the other day. It was like, he should have gone to Waffle House. They would have protected him. Just like, Jesus Christ. What are we doing? What are we doing?
But again, murder bad. So
Yeah,
there you have it.
there it is.
But speaking of, we were talking about kind of wrapping up the year. You, sir, hit a goddamn major motherfucking
I
accomplishment.
I hit a milestone.
Good for you.
I did a thing. I did a thing
Mm-hmm.
I did a thing that I said I was going to do on this show. I think it was like over a year ago. I said I was going to do it, but like I did it.
Oh yeah.
I think it was like 2 years ago. I said I was going to do it.
Tortoise wins.
It actually
right?
was. It was literally 2 years ago. I said I was going to do this for a New Year's goal last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I just never did it. But I did it this year.
Until now.
Until now,
Right.
I ran my first vendor booth.
There it is.
There it is. I got it.
You did it.
So many swap meets later, I finally set up a table.
So
I mean, they gave me a table to set up, but I set it up.
Oh, you didn't have to bring your own folding?
No,
Wow.
I'd have to bring my own folding. I didn't have to bring power.
Oh, they included power?
It just plugged it right into the wall.
Oh, that's usually an upcharge.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, it was a brewery, so they were like, "Yeah, just plug it into the wall."
Okay.
Sweet. Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, that's why I bought the battery for when I was doing the comic book booths. Because
Oh.
like these motherfuckers were charging like $350 for power.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, fuck you. I'm gonna get a car battery and hook it up to a goddamn cigarette outlet to run a TV for a day.
Yeah, I think if this convention or this I think if this convention I think if we get approved for it next year,
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to do some price quoting. Get some ideas on how to get cheaper power.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah, I for about 2 years now, I've been going and also dragging Christy around to these VHS swap meets.
Right.
And I don't not drag like she has a choice in the matter, you know.
Okay, all right.
We've always had a good time.
She's a willing participant.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
You know? She's been very supportive of my
Sure.
habits,
Right.
you know, because there's good habits, you know.
There's a lot of bad ones out there.
A lot of bad ones. Okay, I could be doing a lot worse things.
Yeah.
For a lot more money. So
very true.
It's $20. $20.
I mean, hey, in this economy,
we're not there yet.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, like Austin has a very good and a very vast like swap meet community. There's a lot of people here who are interested in like vintage media, you know, just like vintage things. And you know, your boy has amassed, you know, quite the collection of VHS tapes over the past couple of years. You saw what was in here. And I feel like I know how you and the missus felt.
It was concerning.
It was concerning,
It
but
was concerning.
it's I've kind of organized it a little bit more again, so it's not. I can actually walk into it again.
Oh, that's nice. I couldn't.
Yeah, but like just earlier, right before the show, I walked right in there.
Look at
without
that.
any issue.
Baby steps, folks.
Baby steps. So there's a group that I follow. I mean, it's really a guy. There's like one guy that runs these, and you know, I've met him out, you know, at these events a bunch. Like he and I, you know, have chatted a few times. You know, it was a really cool dude, Rob. You know, shout out to Rob.
Thanks, Bob.
No, Rob, not Bob. I mean, I know Bob is Rob, but
yeah,
it's Rob.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob.
Okay, whatever. So I saw the posting go out about it. I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna like send out the inquiry, be like, hey, you got a table? You got some space? Like, would love to do it. He was like, yep. He was like, just let me know what you need. And like, they had it set up in a brewery. And they said, you know, there's indoor space, there's outdoor space. You know, you can bring your own table or you can be supplied with one, which the ones that they supplied you with were just like, you know, the regular seating tables that they had in there. And they had like a little power outlet that I could plug into. So I was like, I'll take one inside with a table. I was like, cool, got it. Got the dates and everything. It was this past Sunday. So then I had to go through all my shit. And I had to decide what I wanted to bring.
Right.
What I was going to charge for everything. And just kind of like how I was going to like display everything. So I mainly brought VHS.
Okay.
Also brought one of the claw machines that we just got.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One of the tabletop ones.
Right.
Because I was like, this would be a good opportunity to show people what we got, play some games, give away some prizes.
It's it's also, it's a way to bring people in. It's an eye
It,
catch,
it
you
yeah,
don't see that every day. So like people are gonna
absolutely.
be like, it's a landmark.
Yeah. So, I bring everything in and, essentially what I brought was, the claw machine. And then I got like little capsules, like little plastic capsules, because it is a small claw machine.
Hmm.
I filled those things with, uh, just like a lot of stuff that I just had like lying around in my room here, but like good stuff. Like I threw in some enamel pins.
Okay. Okay.
I threw in some little tchotchkes that were like
Right.
pop culture related.
Okay.
Like I've got a bunch of like mystery bag clips.
Hmm.
So like I had a couple horror movie ones, so I threw those in. I found some pogs that I had just
Oh
lying
shit,
around.
you could
Yeah,
get
so I
some
threw some
dogs.
pogs and some slammers.
God
And
damn.
then Christy made me tickets that had like redeemed for $1 VHS,
Okay.
$5 VHS. I was gonna do a mystery prize thing, but that never ended up happening because I was gonna do like a basket of stuff.
Okay.
Um, so I put all that together. So I was like, okay, that's gonna be the claw machine, and I got like 3 crates of VHS plus like 2 little cardboard boxes,
Okay.
and then I packed sets. I packed some other stuff, and then like at the wire, like I'm leaving the house that morning,
Mm.
and I had set aside the box of Laserdisc that I bought a year ago
Okay.
that I never used because I don't have a Laserdisc.
I was gonna say, did you ever
I
get a
don't have a
laser?
Laserdisc player, so I was like, these are just taking up space. I
Sure.
just need to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? That's too much. I don't need to bring it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring those.
Mm.
Dude, they were a fucking hit.
Oh shit.
I sold probably more Lowe's than anything else. And
Okay.
when they started going, I was like, damn, I should have been charging more money for those.
Oh well, fuck.
Yeah. So, and you know what? Like, I will say I had a great time. Was out there for like 6 hours.
Okay.
Like chatted with a bunch of people who were working the booths, chatted with some people who were coming through to buy. I brought way too much shit. This was very much a learning experience for me.
Well, your first one always is.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I went in knowing that, and I went in knowing like I'm either not gonna have everything I need or I'm
Hmm.
gonna have too much stuff. And it ended up being both.
Okay.
So like I kind of got a gauge of like what people are interested in.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I know how to improve on that next time.
Sure. Knowing
I
your
got an I
audience is huge.
know the yes, and then I got an idea of like what tapes people are looking for.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so I know how to like adjust pricing. Um, some other like little random things like people were really interested in. So I was like more random, more
Okay.
like blank tapes that have things on them that I don't even know what they are.
Oh.
But like I had
Mystery tapes.
like there was one couple who came by my table and they're like, "You just got anything weird?" And I was
Fuck
like
yeah.
"I've got this NRA self-defense training video." They're like, "Okay, cool, I'll take that." So, okay. Another guy came up and he saw the box because like I bought at like a Goodwill outlet,
Okay.
just like a box of like home recorded tapes. I don't even know what the fuck was on there. It was just random shit. There was like an episode of Seinfeld on one of them. It was just like the 1994 NBA Finals was on one of them.
In not to stop your story, but this is relevant.
Okay.
Um, in one of my existential crisis conversations with my kids,
Yeah.
I was explaining how back in the day, if you wanted to listen to a song, you had to record it
Oh
on a
yeah.
tape, and sometimes all you had was like a karaoke machine, so you had to hold the microphone up to the speaker to record. And I'm explaining this to them, to the generation that knows Spotify.
Spotify and YouTube,
Like I sound like a caveman.
where they're like everything is on demand. Like
We,
what?
we were watching something that was obviously like of or like 1800s colonial fucking shit.
Mhm.
And my son goes, wow, like 2005 was weird.
I don't
I'm like, what?
I hate that so much. I hate that not because it makes me feel old, but because, like, you're misrepresenting to what 2005 was.
I was like, buddy, a lot older.
Yeah,
A lot
much
older.
older than that.
I was
Yeah.
like, you don't think when I was alive we didn't have phones and electricity? Like, what the fuck?
Bergman with the NBA facts. Ewing's best shot at that
Yeah,
94
yeah.
finals. So and like people were interested in those. Like one guy came over, he bought a bunch, and he's like, oh, and like I had some like packaged just straight up blank tapes.
Mhm.
He's like, are those blank tapes? I was like, yeah, like they haven't been open. He goes, okay, I'll take them. I'm like, how many do you want? He's like, all of them.
All of them.
I was like, sure, here you go.
Right.
Um, surprisingly though,
Mm.
not a lot of interest in the claw machine.
And why do you think that is?
So I have two theories.
Okay.
Theory number one was it simply wasn't what people were looking for.
Okay. That's
Because
fair.
a lot of people came in and out of that room I was in.
All right.
And it was almost like people were tunnel visioned.
Okay. Like they're looking for a specific thing.
Oh, yeah. Like they know they were looking for tapes. So they only wanted to look for tapes. Or they know they were looking for like a cassette. So they only wanted to look for cassettes.
Right.
Like that sort of thing. Or they knew they had to meet somebody there to get some stuff. So they were just looking for that person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was like you come into the room and I'm right there. Like
Oh, okay.
I was the first table that you're facing when you come through the door.
Oh, so you had prime spot.
I had prime spot, but watching people come in, they would walk in and just be completely unfazed by anything. So it's like, okay, that's weird. So like I think there was some of that. I also this is totally on me. I could have had better signage. And I could have had a better I
Yeah.
could have had
Yeah.
a better description of like what the thing was.
It,
Because I'm sure a lot of people saw a claw machine and they're just like, oh, fucking claw machine, I'm never gonna win. But like I did have like a thing on there that said $1 play till win. And I also had like a thing next to it that said like, what prizes inside, like, $5 VHS, this thing,
mhm.
that thing, a mystery grand prize. And there like really wasn't any interest.
Okay.
3 people played.
Okay.
One was a kid
All right.
who I helped him win.
Okay.
He got a VHS tape. His dad picked him out 3 Stooges for him.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Another guy won. It took him a couple of tries, but this one fucking guy walks up and he's like, "So what's the deal?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just $1 and you get to play. And that's play till you win." He goes, "Okay." And he like pulls it out. He hands me the dollar. I hand him a token, and then he's like, "Boom!" He didn't get it. He goes, "Oh, dang." And I'm like, "You can play again." He's like, "I can." I'm like, "Yes, it's play till you win." And he goes, "Okay." And he starts playing it again. He misses. He's just like, "Okay." And I'm like, "You can keep going." He's like, "Nah, no, thank you."
Oh.
I'm like, "Okay," but like
Mhm.
the least amount of effort while playing. Like it was like it wasn't like, okay, I want this thing, and like he's like, like lining it up. It was literally just like okay. Like, okay.
You know
So
what? But at the end of the day, you got that dollar.
I got that dollar. I
Got
did
that
get that
dollar.
dollar. And Christy made great vinyl stickers of
Okay.
our of the logo to go on the side.
I
So
saw that. I saw that.
it was looking great. Overall good showing. A lot of people came up and they said, this is a really cool idea.
Mhm.
Would love to see more of it. What's Bergman saying? Theory 1 holds a lot of weight. It's so different from everything else on the table, so it fades into the background as it doesn't connect. And I think 100% that's what it had to have been, because it wasn't even that like people were just walking past it. Like people would come up to my table
Okay.
and just not even look at it. like not even acknowledge that it was there. Like, I'm sure if I pointed out to people that, hey, there's a crane game right next to you, they would have been like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think he didn't pitch it enough.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And again, learning experience.
Yeah, the draw would be like, hey, you almost had to be like the carnival barker, you know. You got to
Oh
be like,
yeah.
you know, like step right up, win yourself a goddamn VHS tape,
Hmm.
play till you win, motherfuckers. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take your dollars and then fuck your wife. I don't know.
I
So
mean, I ain't fucking anybody's wife.
okay.
I feel like you don't believe me.
I mean, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just, you know.
Bergman says it's like going to a card show with a wheel of cheese. Like, why? I mean, I guess.
Shooting.
But at the end of the day, I made great money.
Well, fuck me.
I
That's all you
paid
need.
$15 for a table, and I definitely made my money back.
Well, fuck yeah.
I'm not sure how much profit I made altogether, but again, it was a learning experience that I'm glad I did, and I'm definitely going to do the next one that comes up.
You know, I was telling Blakely because she had asked how much you had paid in for the table, and I said
Mhm.
$15.
Yeah.
And for the experience, it's worth as well. The
Oh my god.
cheapest fucking table I paid for the comic book was like
Mhm.
$250.
Yeah, but you were doing like full on conventions, weren't
Right.
you?
Yes, but also like I was also learning at full on convention prices.
Ah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
there's that point of it
There
too.
is also that too. Yeah,
So like it's good that you're able to do this small investment, get the experience, kind of like,
yeah.
you know, sync up your game a little bit.
I will say this too. The one thing I did not do,
Mm,
I did not sit down,
okay.
and I spent the least amount of time on my phone. Like the only time I would check my phone was when nobody was in the room. Like there were like nobody was coming in to like buy stuff. Um, so I was always was like laser focused on anybody coming in. And because
Mhm.
I was at first table, it was always just like, hey, how's it going?
Yep.
Ah,
But
ah.
that's the thing. I would never go up to anybody's table who looked like they didn't give a fuck.
Sure.
Because like, why are you here?
Yeah. I mean, at a swap meet, it's a little different because like you're trying to check out the titles that everybody has.
Mhm.
But like ultimately I was like, I have to focus on myself being personable
Mhm.
and friendly and giving a good deal.
You know, and it's something that you have to work on.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't
Oh,
come natural to anybody.
yeah.
So
Oh, and I had brain wreck stickers made
oh,
and people took some.
how about that?
Yeah.
Look at
Somebody,
that.
one woman who was buying tapes for me, she goes, "Oh, stickers. How much are these?" And I go, "Oh, they're free." And she goes, "Oh, $3? Okay." And I'm like, No,
Free.
free." I'm like, "They're free?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, can I take one?" I'm like, "Take as many as you want. Put us on, put
Well,
us on your tumbler, on your water
when she
bottle."
walked away with a stack, you're like, "Well, goddamn.
Yeah, I was like, I did pay
I
money
I
for it.
paid for those.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they weren't
hey,
free
people
for
took them.
me." Hey, and if you grab yourself a sticker,
Hmm.
please let us know in the chat.
Yeah,
Give us a shout out. Post a picture of where you stuck it.
yeah.
I wanna know if we're
Doesn't
on a
matter.
stop sign.
Yeah, I want to know if we're somewhere
I wanna know if
in
we're
your home.
vandalism.
Yeah, but don't do crime.
Yeah, no.
Don't do crime.
Don't bring us into
Yeah,
this,
don't bring us into this mess, okay?
right?
But you can buy some stickers over at tpublic.com.
That's
Search
right.
for Brainwreck TV. We'll be there with all sorts of fun stuff that you can put on stickers, t-shirts, mugs, and pillows.
That's right, and, you know, fuck them because, like, they kept saying that there was a Black Friday sale and it was 40 and, like, it's just keep going.
It's the
It
same
has never
sale. It's the
stopped.
same sale.
It's
So
the same
go and
sale
buy
they ever
yourself some
have.
good cheap stuff.
Exactly. Get
Yeah.
yourself something great.
Yeah.
Goddamn sleigh full of wishes merchandise on there. If birds are your motherfucking favorite animal,
Mhm.
you can go get yourself a Just for Birds shirt over at our T
Oh,
Public store. You can get yourself a Merry Give Joy shirt. Go listen to Sleigh Full of Wishes. Get yourself in the Christmas season today
yeah.
over at Sleigh Full of Wishes right here on the channel.
Yeah.
Um, we got anything else?
No, I got nothing else.
Nothing else.
No.
It's been a week.
It has been a week.
Oh, we do have to talk about The holiday does fall on a Wednesday this year.
Yeah.
So potentially, what is it, next week would be our holiday episode?
Next week, yeah, potentially.
Potentially, right?
We could maybe can one
for the day.
Can one for the day.
Ooh, I like that.
Or like the week. Maybe not the day, because ain't nobody's gonna watch us.
Nobody watches us anyway. So I like that.
No, like our numbers have been, improving on the live streams, after the fact.
Yeah, but like if we had one in the can, right?
Yeah.
And we do a live, what do they call it? Like a
live to tape
type of situation for 10 p.m. on Christmas. I think people at that point have had enough eggnog. They've had enough cookies, settling down, getting cozy.
Fuck it, let's do it.
And they'll do. We're gonna have something special.
Yeah.
We're gonna have something special for y'all.
Yeah. Bergman, this is a live Christmas unboxing episode.
What are we unboxing?
I don't know.
And Christy, yes, Bird is your favorite.
Bird is her favorite animal.
So for God's sakes, Slate Full of Wishes. It was a lot of work. Please go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we just buy like a bunch of random shit on Temu and send it to one another?
Oh, we got to do the thrift store exchange.
Thrift store exchange?
Thrift store exchange.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Fuck. We gotta get moving on this.
Hey, the window's closing. We gotta hurry up.
All right. Well, I gotta fucking go to the Goodwill. So for this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been your show.
Peace.